Hey guys, it's me, Christina, and I have my March wrap-up. So let's get started. I read 6 books this month, which is really good for me. Like, I read at least 4 books sometimes a month, or 3 or 2 sometimes if I have a really bad month, which I did last month. So the first book I finished this month was The Fiery Heart by Richelle Mead, and this is the 4th book in the Bloodline series. I love this one so much. It was so good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I don't want to tell you anything really about this one because it would be spoilers, and I do not want to spoil, but I had a lot of favorite quotes in this one. So the next book I read wasn't actually a book, it was an audiobook, and it was Yes Please by Amy Poehler. I took this out at my library and it was really good, and there's always like a bunch of holds on the actual book, so I just read the audiobook on its own, and it was just really funny, and I just love Amy Poehler. She's just a really great actress, and it was just really funny to hear like her biography, and I just loved it, and I gave it 5 out of 5. Next, I read the first 3 books in the Olympian graphic novels, and I did a review on the first 3. So I read Zeus, the King of Gods, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. Athena, Great Goddess, which I gave 5 out of 5. And Hera, the Goddess and Her Glory, which I gave 4 out of 5. Athena was my favorite. It was just really interesting. And lastly, I read Everneath by Brodi Ashton. Now, I've been talking about this book a lot on Instagram and on YouTube. It's just like this really amazing book about this girl who it's I don't want to spoil you because it's just so good and you have to check it out. I'll just say this, it's Greek mythology, and there's a lot of drama, and there's it's mostly Persephone and Hades kind of mixed in with these people in modern day, and it's very good, and this is book 1. And I loved it. So I'm going to pick my 2 favorites because I had 2 this month. And my first favorite is Everneath by Brodi Ashton. And next is The Fiery Heart by Richelle Mead. And I love these books. They're amazing. You have to check out both these series. First of all, it's just really great. Next, I'm going to talk about some other favorites. So I have a favorite podcast this month, and it is Literary Disco, and it is about these people who talk about books, and it's just really funny and really cool. It's in iTunes, and I don't have an Apple one, so I use Podcast Addict, and it's the same. It comes they use the iTunes feed, so it's pretty much the same. And I was also listening to Book Riot this month. I love podcasts, so if you have any podcast recommendations, please tell me in the comments. I love just podcasts in general. They're just really interesting to me. So I'm going to talk about what I'm currently reading, and then I will get on to the books I want to read this month, as in April. So I'm currently reading The Last Olympian, which is the 5th and final book in the Percy Jackson series. And it is so good. It's so good. It's action and craziness, and I just need to know how it ends. I am on page 137. I want to finish this in April so I can go on to The Lost Hero, which is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series, which everyone raves about, and this series is awesome. It's about a boy named Percy, and he finds out that he is a demigod, and just drama ensues. There's 5 there's 5 books total, and it's taken me like the longest time to finish the series, because I started in 2011 and then I stopped, and then I re-picked it up in 2013, and then I finally read like all of them but this one, and this one is really good. It's like total action. I'm on page 137. It's just really good. I'm reading Pandemonium, which is the second book in the Delirium trilogy that people either love or hate. Apparently the third one just ends really badly, so I'm very nervous. So, yeah, and I read the first one over the summer, and I really enjoyed it, and I really wanted to pick it up, so I picked it up finally again, and I'm on page 105, and it's really good. I also picked up The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks because this is coming out in theaters in April. I'm probably going to wait until I finish the book, but if I don't like the book, I'll just go see the movie, because I'm just like a big Nicholas Sparks like movie fan, because I'm a romantic comedy or like just romantic book movies like crazy person, because the one Nicholas Sparks movie I've never seen is The Notebook, and people probably are shocked because it's the most famous one, but it is the one I refuse to see because it's just really depressing. I've seen snippets like when they play it like on TV or something, but the snippets I've seen have depressed me. So this is about Ira Livingston is a 91-year-old in poor health and alone in the world, who finds himself stranded in isolated embankment after a car crash. After suffering multiple injuries, he struggles to retain consciousness until a blurry image materializes and becomes into focus beside him, his beloved wife Ruth, who passed away 9 years ago. Urging him to hang on, she forces him to remain alone by reminiscing about their lifetime together, how they met, the precious paintings they collected, the dark days of World War II, and effect on them and their families. Ira knows that Ruth can't possibly be in the car with him, but he clings to her words and the memories reliving the sorrow and joys that defined their marriage. A few miles away, at a local bull riding event at Wake Forest University, Senior's life is about to change. Recovering from a recent breakup, Sophia Danko meets a young cowboy named Luke who bears a little resemblance to the privileged frat boys who she has encountered at school. Through Luke, Sophia is introduced to a world in which stakes are high, reward and ruin, and even life and oh my god, this is the longest summary. Life and death. So this sounds like interesting, kind of. I really hope I like it. I'm reading it with the audiobook through my library overdrive thing. If you've never heard of it, look it up and see if it is connected to your library, because they let you borrow up to like I think 6 total, and there's like ebooks and audiobooks. So if you want to try out like ebooks and audiobooks, that's probably the place. You can use your library card, and it's pretty cool. I found it like I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, and it's like amazing. And I'm currently reading the second book in the Evergreen series, which is Everbound, and I'm so excited to know what happens. Like I really just want, like after this, just read like a chunk of this, because like I want to know what happens. After Everneath, I'm just like craving to know, like I'm just glad that I picked up the first 3, because I don't think I would have been able to wait, because I'm like insanely trying to wonder what is going to happen after what happened in the first book that I'm not going to spoil until my review. So, my TBR consists of Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, which I really hope I can get to this month. Silver Shadows, which is book 5 in the Bloodline series. I really want to finish this series this month. And after Everbound, I'm going to go to the last one, which is Ever True. And I'm really excited to know what happens in the series. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye, guys.